So I apologize for the mess behind me and how shiny my face is because it is really, really hot in Minnesota right now. In this video, I'm going to just quickly talk about the 3 apps that I use that help with my mental health. The first one is called Dailyo, and it is available both Android and iOS, and the reason why I know that is because my friend introduced me to this one and she has an Android phone. It's a mood tracker, but it's a lot more than that. It allows you to not only track your mood, but then the different things that you did that day, different symptoms that you had, so that over time you can track when you've had a bad day what correlates with that, so you can find patterns and triggers. On the main screen, you have a plus sign in the middle, and that's where you would enter your diary entry for the day. Faded out the stuff that I wrote because it's personal. This is what the main screen looks like when you log. If you do multiple, it'll come up in that little string format. It's good to do it every day because they do track like weekly and monthly and yearly statistics. So if you like data, then you should definitely try to go for the streaks. Entries, which if you tap the entries on the bottom, this is what you get, this screen. Then there's the stats. The plus, like I said, that's where you actually log. And then there's the calendar, so it kind of shows you a calendar view of like where your moods were. On the main page, it also shows you your streak. So I've had 21 days so far. Since I got the app, I've done it every day. It tells you how many days you've done it in a row. And then there's a monthly mood chart there, and it tells you, like, if you do multiple entries for that day, it'll average it out. And this is, what my mood was like throughout the month. You can also select activity at the bottom. And so you can click any of the activities that they give you or any that you've created, and you can see like when you did them those days. There's also a mood count, so it tells you how many days you've had all the different moods, and then the activities on the bottom. It tells you how many times that you have done those things. They have the average daily mood, and it tells you like which day was the best mood, and so you can go back to that day and see why it was such a good day. Or you can also go to the bad days and see why was it such a bad day. And then the best part is at the bottom, it says often together. And so when you click any of the moods, so the highest one that I've ever had is good. And it says you often do these things. So that's like really helpful to know what helps you when you're having a good day and then what also happens when you have a bad day. This is the calendar view. So it shows you how many days you had different moods and like the patterns and how long you've had different moods for. I just find this really helpful. When you want to select an activity instead, so the main calendar is this average mood. But if you go to select activity, then it shows you all the different ones that you've written and how many times it's happened, and then it will show you on the calendar view. When you go to log a mood, you go to that plus in the middle and it turns into an X, and you can do it for that day or you can go back and do it for other days. I've done that a couple of times because I wanted to keep my streak. That's what you do. You tap today and then it tells you how are you? And it gives you happy, good, meh, bad, and awful. I think I changed one of those words. You can change them to say whatever you want. I think I changed one of them. Don't remember which one I changed. So you tap one of those, and then it tells you what have you been up to. And it gives you all sorts of activities. And a lot of these were pre-loaded into the app, and then you can add and create any of your own. I've done a few. I think I'm going to add a lot more. I'm going to add a lot more of the DBT skills in there so I can actually track DBT on this as well, but I just haven't gotten around to adding them. Some of these obviously are ones that I added. And then at the bottom, add a note, and that's where you actually put specifics if you want. So I'll put like, had a good day with my brother, went over to Sarah's, like anything, or like had a really bad headache, whatever it is. You can add the note at the bottom, and then you just tap the confirm there. My friend introduced it to me, and then she showed me all about it when I was over there, and I really like it. I think this is a really good free app. Very comprehensive and very like data-based, and I think it will help a lot of people if they're wondering what triggers what or what helps them on a good day, that kind of stuff. So highly recommend Dailyo. The second one is called Relax Melodies, and this one I believe someone brought up in my group. So I'm in a DBT group, and I think someone brought this one up, or one of the leaders, I'm not sure. It's like a white noise app, but it also has meditations in there. And I like this one because it is a free app. A lot of them have very little features, or they're free but they're not very good. So this one I like. So that's the main screen when it's loading. Relax Melodies. I think you have to create an account or something. I don't really remember. So then this is the main screen when you open it. So obviously I don't have the Pro version. You can see on the bottom, I'm not going to upgrade it. There's a huge list of sounds. Like, this is just a few. You can scroll to the left for quite a while and see all these sounds. What the cool thing is, you can do just one of the sounds or you can mix them, which I find very interesting. So you can do waterfall and birds if you want, and then both of the sounds will play at once. So that's pretty cool, I think. And you can set it on a timer, so you can have it play for a certain amount of time. Next to sounds, you can click on meditations, and they have ones for different things. Sleep is the main one. I've never really gotten into the meditations. I'm not a big meditation person, but the friend of mine that I believe suggested this did say that she likes these. And there's different categories. I don't know what they are beyond sleep. I didn't look. Then there's mixes. So this is like where you can save your mixes of sounds. And so these are like popular ones in the community that people have made, so you can check out any of those, or as it says my mixes on the bottom, you can make your own. I might do that. I haven't done it yet. And so then there's the timer. You can have the clock mode or the bedtime mode, so that's also nice. And that's pretty much it. It seems really simple, but I think it's really cool that you can like create the sounds that you like. You can combine several things that you think are calming and put them together. And Cooper came up because he's really impatient and wants attention. So he might be around for this next part. But the final one is the Fitbit app, which of course you would need a Fitbit for. If you don't have a Fitbit, there are apps that you can use that sort of do the same thing, but I do have a Fitbit, and if anyone has a Fitbit or is thinking of getting a Fitbit, I would recommend it, because not only does it track your exercise, your physical exercise, your steps, things like that, but it also tracks your sleep, and it also tells you like when you are in your cycle and like things like that. And the reason why I bring that up, sorry guys that are listening, is because a lot of women have big mood shifts when it's around their period. And I know that happens with me if I'm like easily irritable or like way more tired than normal or whatever. I look at my app and I'm like, oh, yep, that makes sense because my period's coming. So any period tracker, I would recommend any of them, because it does really help sometimes when you're really like anxious or depressed and you don't know why. That could be the answer. So, but I like the Fitbit app because of the fact that everything is in one. I didn't do much at the time that I took this screenshot. It was like right away when I woke up. But I like that it tracks all the different things and like the active minutes, the calories, the steps, everything, and the sleep there. And if you scroll down, here's where it says your period tracking. I just really like that feature. That's really all there is to say about it. The Fitbit app for sleep, I don't feel like it's amazingly accurate, because if I'm laying down, which is what I read a lot before I go to bed, or I watch a show or something and it thinks I'm sleeping because I'm not really moving, I usually take it off until I'm right about to try to go to sleep, and then I put it on. And I think it's decently accurate. I mean, it's not the same every day, and I feel like on days where it says I get better sleep, I do feel like I did. That one's doesn't have as many benefits, I don't think, to mental health, but physical and mental health do go together, so that's why I thought to include it in there. So Dailyo for mood tracking, Sleep Melodies for meditations and or just like calming music, and then Fitbit for tracking your cycle and physical exercise and things like that, and your water consumption, that stuff. I have tried a lot of different apps on the market over the years, and these three are fairly new to me, but I would highly recommend them. I feel like they're the best that I've ever downloaded and used and are the most functional. And that's it for this video. Make sure that if you want to see more of my stuff, to click the red button below. Make sure to leave me a comment if you use any of these apps or you're going to. Make sure that you follow me on other social media. Until the next time, peace.